All right, we're going to start on this trick. And this trick I have seen quite often, and most people do not know how to do this. Okay. Okay, so let me explain to you what this trick is saying first. All right, how many fractions between 2 and 8, okay, have a denominator of 6 with an integer numerator? Okay, what the heck does that mean, right? Okay, so what we want to do is you want to make them 8s. Well, that would be 16 eighths is 2, right? And then we got 17 eighths, 18 eighths. Wait, do I have an echo for anybody else or just one person? Oh, good catch. Thank you. Thank you, Arish. Oh, that's going to change the top then. And do I have an echo for anyone else? Just you? Okay. Okay, so think about denominator 6. I was doing 8. But so 12 6 is 2. That would be 13, then 14, then 15, then 16, then 17, then 18. Blah, 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 all the way to, what would be 18 times? Yeah, it'd be pretty far, right? But how many of these fractions can you make, right? With a denominator 6 and a whole number numerator. Got it? All right. So now that you can just crunch this if you want, but here's the shortcut. Here's what you do. You take the two numbers, right, between 2 and 8, and you subtract them. So you do 8 minus 2 is 6. Then you multiply that by the denominator. So 6 times 6 is 36, right? Now, what I need you to understand what this 36 is. 36, Arush, keep the chat really clean because that's where I answer questions, okay? Don't get ahead of me, bud. I know you understand a lot of this stuff. But so you start with the first number, right? Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. What this 36 represents is how many numbers are here. So that would be 6 numbers, but they're saying how many numbers are in between. Oh, no. The 36 represents how many jumps. So it takes you 36 jumps to get to the other number. Now, if there's 36 jumps, then there's 35 numbers between, right? If it takes me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps to get there, then there's 4 numbers in between. So you subtract 1, okay? Now, incidentally, if they say inclusive, which that means between 2 and 8 inclusive, which means 2 and 8 do work, you would add 1. I don't think I've ever seen that on a test, but if they did ask how many fractions including 2 and 8 have a denominator of 6, right? Then you would add 1. But typically we subtract 1 that's between, right? All right, so let me do this again. Let's do this with an easy one first. Okay. So how many fractions between 5 and 9 have a denominator of 3 with an integer numerator? All right, well, you do 9 minus 5 is 4 times the denominator, 3, right? And you get 12. And don't forget, you subtract 1, so it's 11. Pretty simple. All right, let's try it again. So how many fractions? Now this one's a little bit harder, right? But it still works the same way. So 4 2/3, you're going to do 4 2/3 minus 2 1/3, and you get 2 1/3, right? And I'm going to go ahead and make that improper, call that 7/3. Then you're going to multiply that by 9. What you'll notice is that these will simplify almost always. I don't think I've ever not seen it simplify, but if it didn't simplify, you would round down. So 21, right? So 7/3 times 9 is 21, right? And then you subtract 1 is 20. Okay. All right.